take it over.
Blessings in abundance. Welcome to On the 22nd. I am Annalene in the spirit, and I'm co-hosting tonight with Bree. Welcome. So if you want to say a few words about yourself, Bree.
Can you guys hear me? Yes? Well, like Anna said, I am Bree Marie. I believe actually I'm seeing some familiar faces, but I'm a singer, songwriter, poet, born and raised in New York, but I've lived all over the place, relocated to Atlanta, LA, and so I'm pro-female, but I'm all about creativity and just kind of, sharing your gifts with the world. So I'm super excited to be hosting and co-hosting with Anna and hopefully put on a really great show for you guys, both the people tuning in on Zoom and on live. I can't see you guys, but hello.
All right. So my name is Annalene in the spirit. Like I said before, I am an artist from Iceland, and I have had some experience since I was about 14. I've been singing in competitions and on records and the tribute shows and toured. I've done the Icelandic Idol, which I came in second, and that lifted my career, thank you, my career a little bit more in my country. So fast forward, now I am in America and we're trying to launch my career here. So let's get into the show.
Yeah, and also a question. So Carla had touched on it a little bit about this being a safe space for females. And so we were tasked with the question of, what are some reasons that it's important to have safe spaces for females? And so for myself, I said we have a lot to say and a voice that deserves to be heard. Plus female energy is like no other. And I say that because like as a girl, as a young girl, you hear things like females are meant to be seen and not heard. And so I feel like we're kind of unaware of how that even creates a stigma, or just us growing up, almost like we're just pretty things to look at, but people don't expect, the things that come out of our mouth. So I think it's important for that reason, because we definitely have a lot to say. I also think that females thrive in spaces where we feel safe and spaces that allow us to be ourselves unapologetically. You definitely will get the most out of a female if she feels safe and comfortable versus, not safe or uncomfortable. And then lastly, I really honestly think the future is female. We've had this, like the song says, this is a man's world. Even though important, you got to finish it. It wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. And so I definitely feel like it's our time. We're seeing a lot more females in powerful positions and just spaces that are curated specifically for females. So Anna, what is your take on the same question? What are 3 reasons that it's important to have a safe space for females?
Well, I believe we are in, like you said, very male dominated industry. And I feel like as far as performers and artists, we are pressured to look a certain way and act a certain way and, have a certain image. And I feel like with this, we can actually express our artistry without having to fit into a mold or a form or a box. So I'm actually very excited about this to see what it yields for us ladies. I like the fact that Carla created this, and happy to be here.
Okay.
All right. I feel like we are onto something. I feel like we need to do more of this.
Okay.
So I'm happy.
And also, guys, just for anyone that hasn't been on any of the 22nd shows, this is, like we said, a safe space, so you can feel free to unmute yourselves if you guys have input or things that you want to add. And if there is anybody in the audience that has something that they would like to say regarding the same subject, why it's important to have a safe space for female performers, just unmute. Or no, we don't bite though.
I do since you two are experienced performers, I do want to ask you the question is, tell me about the perfect environment that allows you to thrive in your creative and your artistry. What, and how that is reflective of you being in a safe space.
Perfect environment. Okay, I don't know if this will, if I will be able to articulate this. I use the word vibes to describe a lot of things, but I feel like the perfect environment has a welcoming vibe, a vibe where, no one feels like unimportant or kind of like the odd man out. I think whether it's intimate or a lot of people, either way, I tend to think sometimes like intimate settings, you kind of have to be more aware because it's like you can kind of, you have access to people close, versus maybe like a bigger setting, you're just kind of in a mosh of people. But I guess I would say like the overall vibe and the welcoming vibe of people. And even like, let's just say you have a bad performance, because let's be real, sometimes I know I've had a bad performance. I still can appreciate an audience that's like, you know what though, you had the courage to get up there, still clap it up, make you feel good, and not like boo you off stage. Which I've never had, but there have been times it has been like, a little bit dry, or I've been in the audience and I've heard people say things and I'm always like, even if the person sucked, if you're not gonna get up there and show what you got, then you're really not in a position to do too much talking.
Right. Can you say the question again? Can you repeat the question?
Sure, no problem. So, tell me, in your mind, what's the perfect safe space environment for you to thrive as a creative?
Perfect environment. Okay. I would say enough support. I would feel like enough support. Like I said before, like I touched on before, like the space to be able to, explore your artistry, to not be put in a box. I feel like anywhere where it allows that is a good place to create.
So I'm going to touch on being put in a box for both of you guys. So, when you say put in a box, as far as a safe space, do you feel like maybe there are prejudgments about female creatives in the industry? And, what are some of those judgments I guess assumptions that people may have about female creatives, especially in the music industry?
Well, I feel like one inside and outside is if you see a female in a position of power, I feel like people often question what she did to get there, and it's as if it couldn't have just been off of the strength of her work or her intelligence, but she somehow, some man helped her in some way. I think that's one. I think even though I'm not a rapper, I'm a poet, I feel like definitely, and I've heard this as well, people have told me, your music is good, or even I like your message, but it's not what people want to hear. People
right,
you hear about sex part. Or love or things that, I wouldn't say that I make songs about sex. I wouldn't necessarily say that I don't, if that makes sense. I would say I feel like I do it in a different way where it's maybe not as raunchy. It's just not my style and my flavor, but I definitely, that kind of goes back to what I was saying of this idea of females just being a pretty thing to look at, but right. Not a human, not someone that's offering something, adding value to a space. Just, what I'm saying? It's okay, you gotta wear this, or you gotta talk about this if you really want to, if you want to get real fans, or just not hopping on the wave. I feel like that's just the most common. And even sometimes I've heard a lot of other females talk about this, or even like I said, primarily I think it's sex and love songs. That's pretty much what sum up a woman. You're either going to talk about sex, or you're going to talk about a love song. And if you talk about something else, then you're wildly different.
Yep, I agree. And it's pretty similar for me. It's usually oh, you have to, look this way or sound this way, or, like you said, people don't want to hear this from you, or, they want to hear this from you, or, it's always everybody else's direction than your own. So that's why I said, I feel like a safe space is needed for us to be able to move forward with this, because this, we could say things forever, but you know, it's the action that gets us there. So. Mm-hmm.
I like those answers, ladies. Okay, so another question I have for you is, so can you give a real life example of maybe you had to navigate an uncomfortable space, something dealing with your artistry and how you navigated that, or even like if you've just been put in uncomfortable situations where you were asked to maybe do things that you weren't comfortable with, like how do you navigate that as an artist, like when it's in your face and you obviously probably didn't expect it either.
I've definitely been in situations where I've been uncomfortable and I've had different responses. So I would probably say, like, starting out, I didn't say anything because I didn't really know how to like address it. And then I can't really pinpoint, I don't know, I came across something that basically said, like, speak out for the things that you stand for, even if your voice shakes. So I feel like something I've always like promised myself to do from that point on is to speak up, even when it feels uncomfortable, and just make it clear, like even just saying, I feel uncomfortable, which is usually what I will do now. Just a pretty blanket statement, which I notice makes other people, if you tell someone that they're making you uncomfortable, that's a really, if they're a decent human being anyway, it's a really easy, simple way to, kind of maybe have them shift their energy. Because like the last time I told someone I felt uncomfortable, they were like, oh no, like I don't want to do that, like I didn't, and it kind of helps kind of smooth things out. But yeah, I think just vocalizing it is most important, even if unfortunately sometimes you might even be shunned, or like I've had instances where I've lost relationships or different things over that. But I feel like if me expressing that I'm uncomfortable causes me to lose the relationship, it wasn't one that I wanted to begin with.
Yeah, I feel I've had similar situations. Now, I wanted to touch on the fact that you said you lost out on it. Like I've lost like opportunities because of it, So I was put, I've on several occasions I've been put in positions where it was very uncomfortable and I didn't want to do it. So I said no, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I actually wasn't able to move forward with that show. And then I've been in other situations where I've caused it myself to not be in the show, but that's another topic. But it had to do with the same topic though. Like I felt uncomfortable in both scenarios. One where I was able to tell the person that I didn't want to, and the second one was where I didn't know how to express it, and I ended up just sabotaging the whole thing for myself. So yeah, I've had both experiences of that. I would say definitely now I'm more vocal about it though. Like it took me a long time to get here though. So in the beginning, it was yeah.
I mean, sometimes you don't know how. No. Like I said, I think you don't know how people are gonna take it. Mm-hmm. So you just you don't want to offend, but you want, you also want to feel okay. And so like I said, I feel like if you go through an instance where you don't speak up, like my instance is like you almost know you never want to feel that way again. That's kind of how I was like, I don't want to feel that again. So I think I'll just take my chances and say how I feel and then deal with the backlash if I get any.
Right. Yeah, that was like more my younger years when I was doing the self-sabotaging stuff versus speaking out. But on the now I'm like more discerning. Like I try to read the scenario or like read the circumstances and people's intentions and move on that like energy and yes, like you said, be vocal, So well, we answered your question, Perla.
You did. So I have one last question, and this is in regard to like how you presently navigate yourself out of difficult situations. Like what's your strategy? Like what's your end game for getting out of those difficult situations? at where you're at now. And that's, whether it be personal or professional. Like, how do you navigate it now? What are the steps that you go under to do that?
How do you navigate out of a bad situation?
Yep.
Is that your question?
Yep.
Shine Right Productions.
So this might seem like an obvious thing, but I could say this because it kind of is a little similar to like where I'm at right now. But sometimes the first step is acknowledging that you're in a situation that is not serving you. So I know for myself, sometimes I can, whether it's outside influence, which is usually outside influence, I feel like when I really listen to myself and or if I ask God, for guidance and I listen, it's very clear to me. But sometimes we just, I don't know. I'm a person that can give things so many chances, so many more chances than they need, or just try to work it out, or do this or do that, or somehow make excuses. So I think step one is to acknowledge that you need to be, that you need to remove yourself. And then from there, I would say vocalizing it is next. I think that's important, still being able to say like, all right, well, like, let's say it's something that maybe can be saved. It might be something where like, if these things don't change, then I will have to remove myself. And then the last step I would say is like the follow through, doing it and knowing that you might have emotions. You may or may not, because this depends on exactly, what the situation is. But you just follow through, and maybe like a bonus would be having support. I think it helps after you've been through something difficult to have support there, and people that can kind of help keep you in spaces that help you thrive. So maybe that was 4 steps.
Yeah. Well put. So, navigating out of difficult situations. Yeah.
Into the sounds of Shine Right Productions.
A smile on my face. One. We try to have a smile on our face and maintain, I'd say, resilience. Like knowing that I'm going to get through it. That is something better on the other end. I feel like you said, acknowledging that it is there and that it needs to be tackled, and doing a lot of, I'm gonna say, like tough talk, like with yourself, being honest with yourself, like not lying to yourself, like not making it seem like it is something else. So I say, yeah, and then I agree with a lot of points you said, so I feel like everybody has their own personal journey, so it's kind of hard to put like, hey, you need to do this is a great way to do, because it might not fit somebody else's. So as far as for me, that's kind of how it was, or kind of how it is, like to navigate out of those, acknowledge, be honest with myself, stay consistent and resilient, smile, maintain happiness. Woo! So yeah.
All right, that was great. Some great answers, ladies, and I thank you for being vulnerable and really talking very honestly about safe spaces and how important it is for female performers. Does anyone in the audience or any of the participants on the Zoom have any questions or comments they want to add to this part of the conversation?
I would like to say, as a manager, like being aware of like circumstances that young women are taken advantage of, like is very, very important for me to create a safe haven for my artists, because I predominantly have female artists, and so I want to like be able to represent them in a way where they don't have to compromise themselves, or they don't have to be hypersexual or anything like that in order to be dope. And like I would never push them like in that way. Like, it's a lot of misogyny that exists in the music space, and so I think that as men, we should like do whatever is in our power to make sure that we just allow the artists to be the artists and allow them just to express themselves however they see fit, but without making it about what we want. All right, I land my plane.
Yes, I agree. And I'm very happy that you do provide that for your artists too.
Thank you for chiming in, Terrell.
Like I said, really quick, I can appreciate hearing that from a man's perspective. I don't know if you were on when I was saying that. I feel, at least I definitely have felt at various times, like more of an object and less of like a person bringing value to a space, or
Right.
really just people just being, or honestly, sometimes I've even had just people being intimidated by the fact that I'm intelligent, as if that's like not what women are supposed to do. So I can really appreciate you recognizing that and then doing your part to create a space that is safe for women. And I think the same applies. Like obviously we're talking about women right now, but I'm very much a person that sees it equal on both sides. I think it's as important to provide a space where men feel safe and important and like they can be themselves as well.
I love that, Bree. Thank you. All right. Any other questions or comments on this particular topic before we head over to the next topic? Going once, going twice. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section. We have my guy Ross Starwalker. He's gonna go over astrology and let us all know where we're headed in the coming months. I believe yesterday, what was it? The spring equinox. Is that what you said, Ra?
It was on Sunday at 11:33 a.m. We experienced the spring or vernal equinox.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Tell us what that means for our signs.
Well, let me thank you for inviting me here, and I thank you for all that you're doing, not only for women, but the creative community. I see you as a creator yourself, and it's only right that, someone like yourself with, so many ideas and exactly what you want to do, the plans that you have going forward to, give other people, time to shine, including myself. So I want to thank you for what you're doing and what you're going to be doing in the future. When it comes to the spring or the vernal equinox, let me just say Happy New Year to everyone. This is the cosmic new year. This is where nature is now celebrating new life, right? Day and night are equal, but we're getting closer and closer to summer, where we are allowing ourselves for our light to shine through the darkness, the cold winter that we have experienced. So if you had a New Year's resolution or something like that, January is not the time to really think about it. January, February doesn't really kick off. Springtime is when it kicks off, because now is new light, new energy for, new beginnings to begin in a lot of ways. The sun was in the decan of Cepheus, who is the royal king of the stars. So when it comes to this spring session or season that we're entering, is a matter of reflecting on your light and finding out why you haven't been stepping into your royal authority. And during this season, it's about stepping into that royal authority. Moon was in Scorpio, 0 degree Scorpio, right? So it's about going so much deeper, traveling within yourself that much further, so you can tap into your divine authority and step forward. It's not a matter of, you giving your power to others or not trusting yourself, because that's where we fall the most, is when we start forgetting who we are and our light and our energy and our power, and we give it to others. Not this season. This season is about stepping forward. It's about making the creative aspirations that we had, not just in the creative form, music and anything like that, but you create your life every single day and every single moment. So it's no more being quiet. You know what I mean? It's about stepping up to your divine authority, letting your light shine and letting it grow throughout. If anybody is an Aries that's in the room, they're gonna experience this in their first and eighth house. The first house is the house of I am. So it's time to reintroduce yourself in a lot of ways. And that eighth house, that's the house of Scorpio. That's digging into the layers, not being afraid to go deep within yourself. You know what I mean? Into those dark places, because that's where the light is gonna shine the brightest. My homegirl Carla, who's a Pisces, right? Pisces, they're going to be experiencing this energy in their ninth house, and they're going to be experiencing it in their second house, right? So it's a matter of, when the ninth house, you're talking about traveling, you know what I mean? So get your mind out of the boxes that it's been in a lot of ways. Now go travel, go expand, right? So you can build that foundation, because that second house is about the house of foundation. So it's a matter of kind of like, stop playing it safe. You know what I mean? Stop playing it safe. Go beyond your barriers, go beyond your limitations, and take it to a whole nother level and establishing it right there. If anybody else has a zodiac sign that they're curious about when it comes to the season, please, ask away and I'll share. So I'll leave it, to the room of who's here, who we got.
I guess I'll go. So, blessings.
Many blessings.
So I'm May 21st. I'm on a cusp. Got tendencies from the Taurus, but like I spoke to you last month, I'm more on the Gemini side. I'm born closer to the Gemini, and I'm way more in the air element most of the time. But I do have some Taurus ways. So I am, do you need the sun and moon and rising, or just?
I'll keep it, general. If you something that you really have questions about, please get in touch with Carla. We'll go into more details about this,
Gotcha.
The elements and the layers and everything like that. So congratulations to you being born May 21st. That is the same day as my favorite artist of all time, which is Biggie Smalls.
I know.
So that's vibes all the way. And my father was born May 20th. So
he's
a Taurus.
That's Busta.
Yeah, so my father's a Taurus. He don't realize how Gemini he can be, but yeah. So especially as an artist, you're in great company. Prince, Andre 3000, Tupac, and Biggie as well. So,
Yes.
Looking forward to what you have to share with the world and how you're gonna change the world. For Gemini, for your son, right? The sun is going to be in your 11th house, and the moon is in your 6th house during the spring equinox. So the 11th house is a matter of allowing your community, you know what I mean? The people that you serve, allow them to shine, you know what I mean? Or they will shine and show up for you in a lot of different ways and things like that. You've been doing the work yourself and everything like that. It's about letting that kind of like that trust go, and allowing everybody to come in and showing exactly who they are, the good, the bad, whoever, how they've been moving, they're definitely going to show up, and allowing them to show up and just seeing them as that, you know what I mean? With the moon being in the 6th house, that's the house of Virgo. So you're going to find yourself being, a little bit of a perfectionist. You know what I mean? When it comes to going out to your layers, am I doing it the right way? Am I looking into the right?
Overthinking.
It's a matter of, don't let perfection get in the way of progress, and don't worry about if you're getting it right. You're still going. So that's everything that you need to go forward. You know your intentions behind it. So keep doing it, keep making the right connections, and keep writing and keep communicating. You know what I'm saying? Like just keep being you in every way, and don't forget about that divine authority and holding on to that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Very
Appreciate
welcome. And we'll talk more about the other planets and things, because we want to get into Mercury, Gemini. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right. So we actually had someone from the live feed ask a question, ask about Aquarius. So if you can break down some things about Aquarius.
All right, so Aquarius, that is the politician in the zodiac signs. Appreciate you, Aquarians, for being out here, you know, making it happen, shaking hands with people, even though you don't like people, even though you're a loner and you don't want to be bothered, you still can put a smile on your face and keep things going. So I appreciate you, Aquarius. We talking about the spring equinox. This is going to affect your 3rd house, and it's also going to affect your 10th house. So Aquarius, we're going to be talking about the handshakes and the connections that you're making now, like the partnerships that you're making, the people that are in your inner circle. You know what I mean? Being very selective with them, being very selective, and only do business or only allow people to speak for you that hold that high authority. You know what I mean? The moon is going to be in your 10th house right now. So we're talking business now. So the business that you're going to do is like, make sure if you're into contracts, look into the layers of the contracts and why those contracts are the way they are. And even the reason that you're doing the business that you're doing as well. You know what I mean? Get into the source of that. And when you find out those layers, it's going to show you the right people that you're supposed to be connecting with. And you know, in a lot of ways, they're going to be the ones that get you to where you need to be at. But it's really about being selective out here. It's really, the season is really about stepping into your divine authority in a lot of ways. And I could just say that for all the zodiac signs, you know what I mean? It's just taking it to that next level, that you know who you are. And we, as a world, been told what we need to be doing and how we can't be moving and should be moving for the past 2 years. But that's last season. That's the past right now. So we need to make it happen. What we got next, Carla?
Okay, so Taurus. Someone's asking about Taurus.
Taurus. Yeah. My fellow Earth sign, I appreciate y'all. And our stubborn ways. Taurus, y'all always setting down the foundation, you know, for, you know, your loved ones, you know, family and things like that. Taurus is the earth sign that talks about the soil, right? So the seeds can grow. You know, a Taurus will plow down anything for their loved ones and everything. When it comes to this season we're experiencing the sun and the moon in the 12th house and the 7th house. So I would say Taurus, it's about letting go a little bit. You know what I mean? Let somebody else take over. Be a little bit, you know, isolated. You know what I mean? Taking time for yourself and allowing your dreams to manifest. You're always doing it for other people, but you know what you want to do. You know what I mean? And it's all right to be by yourself and get to those places. It's all right to kind of like let go and not be the structure, the be all end all to structure. Taurus, you might be finding yourselves interacting with a partner. It could be a relationship, but it's going to be coming from places that you really aren't used to. You might have, you know, a secret relationship or a relationship that everybody is not aware of, or has to see. You know, it's just a matter of you getting what you need out of it. You know what I mean? You probably need an escape, and allowing that either that love interest or somebody that, you know, can love you unconditionally to take you away from the stresses and things like that you've been holding on to yourself. Do we have another one?
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, we actually have Tammy asking about Taurus.
Okay, that's 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, again with the Taurus, it's about those relationships.
Oh, did I just do that one? I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Actually, if we've already done Taurus, let's go to Breeze asking about Scorpio.
Scorpios. So Scorpios, in a lot of ways, it's Aries season. Mars also rules Scorpio. That's the original ruler. Pluto is a co-ruler of it. For me, I look into Mars when it comes to the energies and to find out more about Scorpio. So the moon is in Scorpio in a lot of ways. So a lot of it has to do with that creative side. What's on your mind, that's gonna come forward. You know what I mean? It's not, it's not in a bad way, because Scorpio's about hiding things, right? The things that are in your mind and your subconscious are coming forward, but that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of to, break you out of your mold a little bit and allowing those layers to be seen. The sun is located in your sixth house, and that's kind of like the perfectionist energy right there. But on the flip side, the things that you have been very selective about, the things that you have been a perfectionist about, is going to come into fruition in a lot of ways. The things that you've been hesitant about, the things that you know is going to nourish the world, all of those things are going to come out. It's definitely a season for you to serve others, and allow you to kind of like redefine your thoughts. It's this new thoughts, new visions going to come forward, and it's a way of serving others in a lot of ways, because the layers that is with Scorpio, it's a lot of it has to do with survival, right? And I would hope and pray that you're now in a space that you can be, free and don't have to tap into that root chakra too much, and you can allow your thoughts, your mind to kind of, flourish. And it's going to take you a lot of places, to be honest with you.
All right, so we have a request for a Capricorn.
Word. So, I happen to be a Capricorn myself. I'm happy another Capricorn is building. Let's handle our business out here. Keep reaching the mountaintops, excuse me. So Capricorn. As Capricorns, we put a lot on ourselves, right? We are the CEOs of a company. We are the driving force of companies, but we do it without being seen in a lot of ways. We don't need to be seen. It's about establishing a foundation, not foundation, but it's more about, because Taurus is more about foundation, right? Capricorn is about the skeleton, the laws, the rules and regulations. So if anybody has any issues with Capricorn, just let it know it's coming from the laws and the things that we know. It's not to come at y'all personally. We're not even saying what we want to say. A lot of times it's just, just trying to establish the right kind of balance for the world and things. So for this season, Capricorns, the sun is in our 4th house and the moon is in our 11th house. So the 4th house and 11th house, it's about creating a new home, Capricorn. Like it's creating a new home and a new beginning. And it's finally about creating that new home and beginning with the people that you need to be doing it with. We like to travel and, put everything on our shoulders, right? And move forward. But it's all right to ask for help. You know what I mean? And be in those places and spaces where people actually enjoy who you are and is going to appreciate you for who you are. That's who you need to resonate with. It's not a matter of, convincing people otherwise, because we're already tough on ourselves. You know what I mean? Allow yourself to gravitate to those that's going to make it easier for you and build a new home from that. You know what I mean? From the heart. And a lot of it is going to come from your childhood. You know what I mean? Just allowing that childlike spirit, you know what I mean, to flourish, you know what I mean? And you'll be all right, you know what I mean? It's okay. We don't always have to be timeless. We could be young sometimes as well.
All right, so last one we're gonna do is Cancer.
Cancers, ooh, all the feelings and emotions. Cancers, that's the teachers of the zodiac, right? So with Cancers, you're going to experience this seasonal shift in your 5th house, and you're also going to experience it in your 10th house. So Cancers, be more creative when it comes to your business. Cancers like to kind of box themselves in, like, just be creative, be so creative, and be yourself, be your own light, because that's where the business and things like that are really, really going to take off for you in your career. It's not about playing by anybody else's rules anymore, especially Cancer. You already get the vibes. You already know the information. The moon, which rules Cancer, travels through the zodiac quicker than any other planet or celestial object. So you see everything. You go through the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs quicker than everybody else. So allow that to be part of your experience. Share that story of what it's like to go through those emotions. Be creative with it, and your business will, flourish. I promise you that. Is that what we got?
All right, that's it. You did great. So, Rod, let everyone know about your services, how they can book you to get their an in-depth reading. And I'm telling you guys, like, he can pull up your exact information based upon your date of birth, the time you were born, and give you a really in-depth readout of your astrology and how it relates, with your sign and everything. So, right, yeah, let the people know where they can hit you up at.
Well, you can hit me at IG. It's Thank the Most High. I'll put it into the chat as well. You can email me at rodstartalk@gmail. I'm not big on, promotions and making a big name for myself. But I am called to share this information and knowledge, right? So I will be on the social media platforms. I'll be ticking the talks and all that other stuff. The service that I provide is to remove ourselves from, the rigid religions, the even the egotistical spiritual world as well, so astrology, I put astrology and astronomy together. I read the decans based on the middle of earth, the Egyptian pyramids, so that's where I do my readings from. And I read it from earth, right? I look at your location for your ascendant sign to where you're at, but I read it from a commonality of this is the earthly experience, and I take that picture and I move forward with it. So if you have any questions, please, contact me. I'll put it into the chat. And Carla's actually going to be managing me for a little bit, so she's going to be keeping me busy out here. Ain't that right, Carla?
Yes, sir. Everyone needs this service. I'm telling you, it's life changing. So yeah, you can hit me up on In the Thick on IG if you want to book Rostar Walker. Well, I thank you for sharing with us. It's very appreciated, and we'll definitely see you next month on the 22nd.
Let's get it.
All righty. So
Y'all stay blessed out here.
You too. Thank you. I appreciate you, Ra. All right. So that was Rostar Walker. Remember to check him out. And yeah, that's very a great service he offers. And we're gonna go on over to our next thing, which is actually gonna be presented by myself. But I'm mostly gonna be sharing my screen. Hi everyone. Got my Domino Mates shirt on. So the next thing we're gonna talk about how to make sure your music is properly registered. We're going to talk about this over the course of several Zoom calls or several on the 22nd. A lot of new artists definitely will not know this information. So I didn't know it until I actually had to use it. So I'm not an expert. I do want to share what I've learned. Always, do your own research to follow up with anything that you heard from someone over the internet. But I do want to give a shout out to the No Egos Club on Clubhouse. They actually had some free rooms on Clubhouse, and they gave out this information. So, they gave it to me for free, so I'm going to give it to you for free. I also want to thank my business partner, Keith Wright, Shine Right Productions. He's my producer. He's also our IT guy, and he's also created this cheat sheet that everyone's been using. And so we're going to dive into the cheat sheet just a little bit to let you guys know what it takes to make sure your music is properly registered. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Give me one moment. All right. So the very first step we're going to start with is the paperwork step. So on the paperwork, what you're going to be looking for is something called split sheets. You see, I have it typed into my Google here, and I'm actually going to go to images so you can see what a split sheet looks like. So what a split sheet does, it makes sure that your music is properly registered with the proper writers and the proper producers. It also determines who gets what percentage. So I'm just going to click on one of these, and it's going to give you some information about split sheets. So you'll see here, hold on, let me see. Let me actually use this one. I like this one better. So give me one moment. Okay, so if you'll see this split sheet, you'll see it has a date here. It has the song title. Then it also has, what it has is AKAs, or also known as, like maybe it goes by another name as well. But then on the form here, it starts with the split information. So basically, this is where you put who the songwriter was, if they're affiliated with ASCAP or BMI, and if they are, they should be affiliated with one of them. And that'll be a part of the process as well. But this is where you put their ASCAP or BMI number. Also, you fill in who does their publishing and their percentage. So say there are 3 writers on the song. Say writer 1 got 30%, writer 2 got 20%, writer 3 got 10%. So this is basically how you begin your paperwork process before you even register the song. So again, you want to have the writer's name, where they're affiliated with. And I say ASCAP or BMI, but also some artists, if they're international artists, then there may be an international association that they have to register with. And also, you're going to want to know the publishing information. That's important because, that's another one of the ways you get money. You get royalties and you get publishing money. So you want to make sure that you have your publisher set up, whether it's self-publishing or you're having a third-party collector publishing. And the same aspect, even though this one says songwriter, you actually will do a whole nother section for producer. Remember, if you're registering through ASCAP, the songwriter portion is 50%. And the producer portion is also 50%. So we're going to say, this is actually the producer section. And let's, again, say there are 3 producers. You're going to need the producer's name. You're going to need to know their affiliation and their IPI number for that affiliation. And also who handles the publishing as well. And then you're going to want to know who has ownership of that 50% if you're using ASCAP. So say there's 30% ownership here for the first person, 20% ownership here for the second person, 10% ownership here for the third person. Now, typically what you want to do, you can send this out blank to collect all the information. And then once you have all the information collected, you can have each person sign and say that they agree. Now, if everyone, if everything's peachy keen, you want to make sure, you keep this on file. And then there are 2 sites you want to use. The first site is songtrust.com. And this is where you register for your international rights, or you register your song so that you can make sure it's properly registered internationally. This is one of the two sites you want to use. The other one is songsplit.com. Oh, I spelled it wrong. 1 second. All right. So you want to register on both of these sites. And these sites help you keep track of your money, where your money is going to be going. So the next thing you want to do after you make sure you register your songs on these two sites, you want to make sure that you attach what's called an ISRC code with each song. And you use the site isrc.com. And basically, an ISRC code is what's used to track your song. And that means whether it's tracked for downloads or tracked for streams. And even if your song has multiple versions, like there's a clean version, there's a dirty version, there's the acapella, basically whatever's going to be in the DJ pack, or even if you do a remix of it, you can register each of those with a different ISRC code. Now, ISRC codes are $2 each for audio tracks. And then you'll see here the various other codes you'll be needing if you decide to do like digital download album or EP, CD, vinyl, tapes, DVDs, or music videos. Each one is going to have a different ISRC code. Now, when you're tracking them, I would suggest tracking them all on the split sheet that you've created. Just add a section for ISRC codes. Or like if you create a split sheet and a Excel document, you can just track it all there. It depends on however you want to track it, either a paper form or, Excel spreadsheet, however you want to do it. All right, so another thing I'm going to talk about is contract for hires. So contract for hires, you basically negotiate with them what you want them to do and what they're going to receive for it. They can either receive, upfront payment, or they can receive a portion of your royalties or publishing. That's just something that you have to decide for yourself, and then just make that proper adjustment. So with that being said, I'm actually going to stop sharing and ask if anyone in the audience has any questions about the steps I've gone over so far. Or if anyone that's on the live stream, if anyone has any questions about that part of the process. All right.
I've seen this before, but I just, people are always shy to ask questions, but because I've seen it, I don't have questions. But before, could you kind of like just sum up, why is this important? Let's say like your song blows up, but you forgot these steps. Where can you kind of like make it make sense as to why you need to do this?
Absolutely. So if you forget these steps, that means you're not putting yourself in a position to collect any money from the download or the streaming of your song. These steps are basically part of the process to put you in the lane to collect money. There are a lot of caveats to this. Like I said, I'm definitely not an expert. I know the Cliff Notes version. I'm still deep diving into some of it, but this is what you need to collect your money. So there's you got to take care of your paperwork. Like it's fine to be a creative and stay in your creative lane, but the music business is 90% business, 10% talent. And if you don't have your business taken care of, then someone could very well come along and steal your talent, steal your song. Next time we'll go into more about the copyright portion of it and how to make sure it's properly registered um, with the performing rights organizations, which in the United States, that's ASCAP and BMI, or also CSEC, with CSEC is an invite only. But yeah, this is, you don't want to leave any dollar on the table. And before I had to deep dive into this, I really didn't know much at all about the paperwork portion of it. I kind of knew about ASCAP, I kind of knew about BMI, assumed you'd have to copyright it, but no one really, there are not too many avenues that I've ran into that gave you the rundown on what you really needed to do. So this is me sharing a little bit of that with you guys. And hopefully, as we continue the On the 22nd series, we want to make sure that we put people, especially women, in a position to where they're empowered. They know about the business side, and they don't have to worry about someone coming and saying, "Oh no, you got this wrong," da 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 da, or trying to come and steal any of their money. That's very, very important. It's important that everyone protects their intellectual property, is really what it boils down to. You want to do everything you can to protect that, and also to make sure that you monetize off of it, or make sure you get the proper authorization for others to monetize off of you. There have been many, many cases that have come about where, someone's had to go and prove that song or that line or whatever portion of that song was really their creation, and that they deserve to get paid for it. So yeah, we're all about watching all the dollars and cents these days. And that's why also you as an artist, you're going to have to learn to do your own audits and do your own, like, don't trust anyone with everything. Set up your own checks and balances as an artist to make sure that you are getting paid appropriately for your artistry. So that's definitely what On the 22nd is at its root all about. But we're actually getting ready to get into the other portion of it, which is the performance portion of it. So we have some great performances that's going to happen starting now. I want to go ahead and welcome Mrs. Tatiana to the stage. She is a 14-year-old powerhouse vocalist from Maryland. And yeah, let's let Tatiana take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Tatiana. The two songs I'm going to be singing today is Spirit to Win and River, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Okay, Tatiana, don't forget to go ahead and share out your sound for us.
We're doing it right now.
Ready? Headphones.
Yeah, put it in there.
CJ Ray. CJ Ray.
All right, you ready?
When the sun comes up and the light comes through my window, I think of all the blessings you put in front of me, Without your mercy and your grace, don't know where I would be. And it's all because you love me, yeah. I don't know where I would be whatever the devil's trying to throw at me, You have to believe nothing between what God has for you. 'Cause if you did it for me, He'll do it for you too. 'Cause I don't want it if it's not God, and I don't need it if it's not God, and I'm not in it if it's not God. He gave me His Spirit to win, and I don't want it if it's not God, and I don't need it if it's not God, and I'm not in it if it's not God. He gave me His Spirit to win. Oh, He gave me the Spirit to win. 'Cause I don't want it if it's not God, and I don't need it if it's not God, and I'm not in it if it's not God. He gave me the Spirit to win, and I don't want it if it's not God, and I don't need it if it's not God, and I'm not in it if it's not God. He gave me the Spirit to win. And my next song will be River. Oh, how do I rewrite wrong? Go back in time, and oh, how do I reverse the lies that I have told? I'm slowly drowning. How do I fix it so that I can come up for air? Pull me out of this river of drowning souls, wider than the ocean, deeper than the sea. Help me find a person, don't wanna be alone. Someone, please help me. I've been walking through the mountains and find a place to sleep. And I've been hunting for quite some time and find nothing to eat. I'm slowly drowning. How do I fix it so that I can come up for it? Pull me out of this river of drowning souls, wider than the ocean, deeper than the sea. Help me find a person, don't wanna be alone. Someone, please help me. I've been wondering quite some time, am I losing my mind? I've been wondering for quite some time, am I losing my mind? Pull me out of this river of drowning souls, wider than the ocean, deeper than the sea. Oh, help me find a person, don't wanna be alone. please help me. Help me. Someone help me. Oh, please help.
So Tatiana, like, you're so dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone, like anyone who wants to come off the mic
Yay!
Yeah, I was over here saying,
Good job, right?
She's
Oh,
so
good job, good job. I love the songs.
Thank you.
I like the lyrics. I'm a lyrics girl first. Like I listen to lyrics over everything else in a song. And I was just saying, it's just so crazy to me that you're only 14. Like you're ahead of your time.
Yeah, I also wrote both of those songs as well, so.
Okay, look,
Whoa.
I'm 27, but I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful songs.
Thank you.
So Tati, tell us about when you knew that you wanted to be an artist.
I've always known that I've wanted to be an artist. Music was always something that I've loved to do. And I was able to tap into my writing skills during the pandemic because we were in the house. There's nothing else for us to do. So I was like, why not write a song? So I wrote a song, my parents listened to it, and then from there we got into the recording studio. And that's when my first song was recorded. And then after that, I kept going, and I enjoy writing music because I'm able to be relatable to everyone, let everyone know that they're not alone in the struggles that they're going through. Other people go through them as well, and you always have someone that will be there for you.
So what kind of opportunities has being an artist done for you? What's been, what's come in your lap as an artist?
I was able to have my song played on the radio multiple times, so I'm super happy about that. People have reached out to me and told me, I'm so happy that I heard your song on this day because I was really going through a tough time today, and me hearing your song has helped me be able to push through, and I'm very excited that I'm able to, like I said, be relatable to everyone and let everyone know that they're not alone. So those are some of the opportunities that I've been able to gain. I've also been able to sing at churches and present my songs there, so I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've gained from being an artist.
So I read somewhere that you've walked for Orlando Fashion Week. So let me tell you, how tall are you? I have a feeling that you're way taller than me, so go ahead.
I'm 5'6", 5'7", so.
Yeah, you're taller than me. I'm only 5'2", so yeah, I'm short. You got me beat. So like, you walk in modeling shows. How do you like that?
I love being a model. I love being able to dress up and model in other people's clothes, and the cheer that you get when you get to the end of the runway, or when somebody goes, "Ooh, look at that," or "Ooh, look at that," or "Oh my gosh, she's a great model." It's something that I always love to do because of the adrenaline rush when you're walking down the runway. It's like, hit this pose, hit this pose, hit this pose. So I'm really excited to be able to be a model.
So tell me about your favorite outfit that you've modeled in so far.
I would say my favorite outfit that I've modeled in so far is when I was doing a pageant, and we actually got this off of Shein, so we love that very much. I was able to get leather pants. They were black leather pants, red leather boots, and I got like this white shirt with this red scarf and this nice hat. I loved it so much.
All right. So I see that you've been chosen to walk in New York Fashion Week. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you're looking forward about that particular experience.
When you're modeling and when you're able to go to different places, it's always very exciting because you're able to travel, but you're also able to make new friends. So I'm very excited to not only be able to model in New York Fashion Week because that is a big deal, but I'm also excited to make new friends and gain new friends from it.
So, what kind of impact do you think that you want to leave on the world?
You're never too young to impact your community. I feel as though kids today think that they're not able to impact their community or do great things because of their age. I'm 14 years old. I have my own organization, Tati's Toes. I'm able to write my own music, be relatable to everyone, and have people to reach out to me. I'm able to be a model. I'm able to do all these great things. And I want kids to know, kids my age, kids younger than me, even adults. Some adults don't even think they can make it in the world. I want them to know that if you try really hard and you keep pressing to what you love to do or what you want to do the most, you will get there, but don't doubt yourself.
Okay, so we got to talk about your nonprofit. Is that what you said? A nonprofit organization?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me about that.
My platform, Tati's Totes, is made to give toiletries to the Ronald McDonald House and Believe in Tomorrow House. When my little brother was born, he was born with kidney disease, and the Ronald McDonald House gave us a place to stay. So now that I'm older and I'm mature enough, I know that, wow, they really did something for me, so why not do something in return, even if it's just the little things. I just want them to know that I really appreciate what they've done for me and my family.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's tell me about, how your family is important in your journey as an artist.
My family is really important. My family has sacrificed so much. Like when my mom and everybody moved to California for me, my dad and my older brother had to stay, but my siblings sacrificed going to California and having to make new friends and go into a different school for me, and I'm very appreciative for them. My sister has sacrificed so much. My mom has sacrificed so much. My dad has sacrificed so much. My mom takes time off of work for me, so I'm very, very thankful for everything that they've done, because I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at now if it wasn't for them.
All right. Well, it was great speaking with you, Tatiana.
Thank you.
Letting us know so much about you. So make sure, I want you to go ahead and shout out all your social media platforms. Let them know where they can find more of your music as well.
You can find my music on Apple Music, Spotify, and all the major platforms. Just look up Tatiana Gross or look up River or Spirit to Win by Tatiana. My Instagram is Tatiana_music, and my Facebook is Tatiana Gross. So those are all my
Tatiana for me.
Tatianna.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for gracing us with your voice tonight. I know it's past your bedtime. I told your mom I'll have you first, and I did. So thank you, Mom. Thank you for helping make this happen. Thank you, Terrell, and everyone. That's Tatiana. Tatiana for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Great job, Tatiana. So inspiring.
Thank you.
Well, you guys, that was Tatiana again. So you can check her out on Facebook. It's at Tatiana Gross. It's Tatianna, last name Gross, Gross. On IG, it's at Tatiana_music. Tatianna_music on IG. So next up, following Miss Tatiana, we have my artist, very near and dear to my heart, Miss Anna Helene and the Spirit. Anna, go ahead and take it away. Make sure you share your music.
All right, thank you. All right. Sharing screen or sharing audio. I'm going to be singing a song called Sucker Free, which is a new song that Keith Wright from Shine Right Productions, he produced. And we had a friend of ours play saxophone on there, and his name is Randy Resnick. So we're gonna jump right into Sucker Free.
Shine Right Productions.
I remain sucker free to the day I leave. There will never be another motherfucker like me. I'm a legend when I walk. I don't stutter when I talk. I be shedding the aggression that be oozing off of me. Gossip, talk shit, bounces off me. Beat, hit rude, and my team on fire. She don't need you. Look at you, right where I want you. No preview. Sleep great without you. This is not the time or the place to accommodate nonsense. You exuberate. Stop focusing on my plate. There's enough on there to eat. You're dying to taste while I'm sitting there with my date. All friendlies and foes put me flat on my face. I allow them in my space. They are rude at the devil, they're pointing at the plane, cause I'm free. I ain't got the time, I do it all for me. Free. They don't do shit, I do it all for me. I don't give a fuck about you. Don't do or give a fuck about what you gonna do. You'll cry and you fail, then you're an obstacle I need to remove. I'm like, it's ahead of ya. Y'all eons behind. Y'all can stay blind. I don't know you nothing. Simply ain't got the time. You stressing over me. I'm taking care of me. I'ma keep going and going. All the love pushing me. Won't stop on my way to the top. About to pop. Let me break it down. Press release. So go without it. I ain't got time, all for me. So free. They don't do shit, they don't do it all for me. So free. I ain't got the time, I don't wanna do it all for me. So free. They don't do shit, they don't do it all for me. Right.
So Anna, can I have you do me one favor?
Yes.
So take you a nice deep breath, and on the top of your screen, you should see something that says original sound. Make sure it says off.
That would be.
Usually on the top left-hand side.
The share sound. What about that? Oh no.
It's all good. So go ahead and just stop it real fast and then go back to your share options in advance. You'll be good to go. There you go.
Share. Should be good now, right?
Yeah, you should be good.
All right. All right. Is there a delay in the song?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a one on the other one as well, on Tatiana's. So
I saw that. I saw that too. So I just wanted to see. All right, we're gonna try.
Your voice sounded good though.
Thank you. So we are going to go with this next song called Sayonara. We do have a challenge going right now on both TikTok, and if you go on my Instagram, you can find the instructions for submitting an open verse to my song, Sayonara. And it's called Analina in the Spirit Bye Bye Challenge. And I will put in the chats. Let's see how this one goes. I'll stand up for this one. Sorry about that. bye. Why don't you take a seat, cook you a nice meal, relax, kick off your shoes, scratch off all your to-dos, cause I did everything for you. Take a glass of wine, sip on a little something, you had a long day, make sure I got you nice and good, I'll do anything for you. Always dealt me as weak, had a couple tricks up my sleeve. You underestimated your opponent. Shouldn't have underestimated your opponent. I have it in for you, but I got the perfect plan for you. You underestimated your opponent. Shouldn't have underestimated your opponent. Sing bye, 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 before my sayonara, baby. Bye, 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 bye. Sayonara, sayonara. Feeling short of breath, feel yourself getting dizzy. It'll only be a few minutes till it hits. Don't know, it might hurt a bit. Close your beautiful eyes. I did you nice and good, cause I did everything for you. Could've picked up the signs, could've listened to my cries. You underestimated your opponent. You underestimated your opponent. I had it in for you. Now I don't feel a thing for you. You underestimated your opponent. You underestimated your opponent. Bye, 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 bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye, 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 bye. Before my eyes, sayonara, baby. Bye, 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 bye. Sayonara, sayonara. Bye, bye, bye. Goodbye. Sayonara. Bye, 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 bye. Sayonara. Sayonara. All right.
Let's go, Anna. Great job. You know, Sayonara is my track. Since
No, I
I
have to
first
stand up.
heard it. Oh, no problem. No problem. So
That one also sounded synced too, like more synced.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Maybe it was the thing that I did before.
it's
The
all
thing
good.
that Keith told me to do.
It's all good. We are working through the text, but yeah, Sayonara sounded great. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about this challenge a little bit as well. So Anna is dropping the song, or has dropped the song Sayonara with an open first verse. So tell everyone what you're looking for with that challenge on the open first verse.
So I am looking for fellow creatives. So whether you sing, rap, do spoken word or play an instrument, whatever you feel like being creative on the track or on the open verse, I would like you to participate. Submit your open verse by going to my Instagram, and there's instructions on like where to download and where to submit it to and where the listening sessions will be. So my Instagram is Annalene in the Spirit. I will put it in the chat right now.
We'll put it on the chat. You can also follow In the Thick on IG. I have her. Well, she'll be back in my IG right now. You see the live stream to this on it, but Anna Helene in the Spirit on IG is ANNAHLIN and the Spirit. That's actually the same on all of her streaming platforms, all social media. Anna Helene of the Spirit. Um, it's the A Hats Bye Bye Challenge. You can also definitely follow her on YouTube. She's gotten really, really creative on her YouTube, and she's
TikTok.
Sorry, TikTok.
On TikTok, I've gotten creative.
Yeah, she's singing bye bye to everyone in her neighborhood. So yeah, it's gotten really interesting. But Anna, so tell us a little bit about your time in Iceland and what you're looking forward to in here in America.
So, time in Iceland, I touched a little bit on it in the beginning in my introduction. So I've been making music from like age 14. I've been performing since I was about 13. So watching Tatiana, it feels really close to home, a little nostalgic for me. So I've been singing in competitions and tribute bands and tribute shows, and I've sung all over Iceland. I've sung all over. I've been in Norway. I've lived there for about 5 years and sang in various places all over Norway. Had my own music house, so I was interacting. I had a network of creatives we were working with and connecting with projects throughout the world. So right now I'm in America and I'm looking forward to see what I can do over here. So we're gonna launch my career over here and see where it takes us.
Awesome. So let's shout out, that lovely water you have back there.
Oh, yes, let us. This is Icelandic glacial water. It is very, very, very good for your system. It is a pH level of 8.4. It is very good to drink. Tastes very clear. I enjoy it very much.
Yum yum.
Thank you.
Water.
Yum yum. So good. So good.
You guys also are honest, learning to play dominoes. Check out her domino mate card back there and her game card.
Still learning.
Still learning.
But I'm getting there.
So we'll dive into domino mates and what that's all about in future episodes on the 22nd. But next up, we have Miss Bree. Bree Marie's going to take over the stage and do her thing. Come on to the stage, Miss Bree Marie.
Hello. Once again, good job. Anna, guys, feel free to type in the chat. I promise we don't bite. I'm going to be doing one song for you guys today. I don't remember who might have been here last time or versus this time, but the song I'm going to do is called Morning Blues. And hopefully you guys can relate. If it's out of sync, I might have to run it back for you, but I think we're all good.
Alrighty.
So, let me try to share. Is there a way? Wait, hold on. Okay. Oh. Okay, guys, I don't remember how I did this last time without sharing my actual screen.
So if you go to the share screen and go to the advanced tab.
Oh, and when I click on computer audio?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually I did know that. Okay, I thought I was doing something wrong. All right, so you guys should be able to hear my sound here. in just a second. But let me know how my levels are. Wake up in the morning and I'm yawning as my thoughts already going. Wake up in the morning and I'm yawning as my thoughts already going. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to make it through the day. I got this angel, got this devil, one is hopeless, cannot focus, and one is at peace. I just wanna have peace. Got me going through this maze, getting caught up with delays, underlay. I ain't got no time to waste, no, there's no time to waste. When I wake up in the morning and I'm yawning, but my thoughts already going. Wake up in the morning and I'm yawning, but my thoughts already going. And that's the reason for these morning blues. I got the morning blues. Trying not to fall victim to the system, hear that talker, do not listen at all. Cause it's lies they spread, they just wanna keep me down. Get me locked up in a mental thing, my mind's experimental. What you thought? Now you got me going through this maze, getting caught up with delays, underlay. I ain't got no time to waste, no, there's no time to waste. When I got a higher calling, why you wanna see me fall? We could be growing. I got a higher calling, why you wanna see me fall? We could be growing. And that's the reason for these morning blues. I got the morning blues. Inhale, strawberry lemon. I'm in heaven, heaven on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth. Now I can feel the blessings from above, yeah, raining down on us. So I just gotta cure these morning blues. I gotta heal these morning blues. So that's what I got for you guys.
Aw, Bree, you know we want more. Like, y'all, Bree is my stingy artist. I have to say, like, she's just like, okay, it's not ready yet, but it's almost, and then, but she's perfection. I love her singing, and that is like probably my favorite song from you. I love it.
This song.
I can't wait to push that one. Yeah, you guys come off mic and shout Bree out. Let her know what's up. She's so super dope. Oh, Bree, also let's go to your t-shirt real quick. Let's check out your t-shirt.
Nice.
All right,
nice.
That Domino Mates t-shirt.
Listen, it's getting a lot of wear lately. So
It should. It should. So let's dive into some questions about you, Bree. So where does Bree Marie hail from? And tell us when you felt like you were ready to pursue a life as a musician, as an artist.
So, I come from a music background. If you guys were on the 22nd, my uncles are the R&B group So For Real. So I kind of feel like it's honestly ironic that they came out the year I was born. Um, but I just feel like I was already kind of born in an environment where like, I feel like I got a lot of good music from like my mom, my aunts, from my uncles, and just kind of like being around it. But for myself, like I have a very clear, vivid memory of when I fell in love with music, which I was about 3 or 4. And actually, my older sister and my older brother and my cousins were singing a song for church. So like I grew up in the church, and my grandparents, used to have us sing and perform. And I appreciate them for that, because I definitely feel like it's what has given me the confidence in later life to be able to do so. But they were singing this song for church, and I just was like wanted to be a part of it, but they're like, you're too young. But that's when I knew, like, it was more so just like the feeling that it gave me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is it. And then I just ended up loving like the true artists I would bump all the time. And probably I was, I think, much younger than 14, maybe. I mean, I was as young as 10, and I just loved Mariah Carey and loved Whitney Houston and like Celine Dion. And I would, when we used to burn CDs and stuff, like I'd burn their CDs, or LimeWire, if y'all even remember downloading illegal music, probably viruses too. But it's like I could just spend endless hours listening to their music and just trying to copy them and perfect, what they were doing. And then I wrote my first song when I was 13, actually, on I lied, I'm sorry, I wasn't 13, I was 10. My sister was 13. My older sister was 13, I was 10, and my younger cousin was 8, and we wrote a song off of a keyboard sample. And that was really it. My uncles they are the ones like that kind of gave the push, and got me my first recording studio, and it kind of just kept going from there. But Brie Marie, like that's my real name. I didn't choose to have like an artist name. And my reason for doing that is because I feel like music, in a way, allows a very authentic part of myself to come through. And so I wanted to keep a name that also felt authentic. And I'm also a huge advocate of people just being who they are. That was a lot.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect. So, like, besides your family, who are some of your musical influences? And you said Mariah Carey too, right?
Yes, Mariah, Whitney, Shania Twain. I have to throw her in there because I like so many of her songs. Brandy. I have a lot. I don't just have one favorite. I'm like pretty inspired by 90s R&B, so I love Nas is like probably one of my favorite rappers of all time, and just a good storyteller. I mean, I love the classics. Like I'm also really like Tupac, and Biggie, of course. Like I'm really into lyricists, because kind of like I mentioned before, I'm a lyrics first type of girl, and I also love writing. I'm a writer. I do more than just writing music. And then I would have to say, in my adult life, truly, like Lauryn Hill didn't become so much of an influence for me really until my 20s. But I love her. I love India Arie. Like these are the things that you could find me listening to and like vibing out to on any given day.
All right. So what can we look forward from Brie Marie in 2022?
2022, you guys can look out for some music projects, but also I'll throw this one out there because I am an advocate of being like financially literate. Look out for some business things that I'll bring as well. Like I'm tapped into Airbnb and crypto and investing, and just in addition, like, music is just one of the ways that I choose to express myself, but I have other passions that are really close to my heart. Nonprofit organizations, I do a lot of community outreach, prison reform, things like that. So, but look out for, just kind of getting a closer look into my world and music, like I said.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Miss Brie Marie, on the 22nd. So with that being said, we've come to the conclusion of the show. I want to thank everyone for tapping in, and I want to go ahead and shout out my in-studio audience. I want to shout out Wody Jody. Wody Jody, you want to say a few words? Or he may be multitasking, because I know he multitasks like I do. Mr. Terrell Whitby, you want to say a few words? All right, going once, going twice. All right, Miss Katie's iPhone, you want to say a few words?
Thank you. I'll just say thank you. Great job on, I wasn't there last month, but this was a treat for me. So I will see y'all on the 22nd.
Thank you, Miss Katie. Thank you for joining us as well.
Thanks for putting it on. Great job.
Thank you. All right, Hierarchy Media Group, you want to say a few words? Going once, going twice. All right, Ross Star Walker, are you still on? You want to say a few words?
I'm just very appreciative of this. It was a great event. It was just great music, great artistry. Thanks. I'm happy to be a part of it, and I look forward to the next one.
All right, I appreciate you for joining us, and I'll definitely see you next month on the 22nd. All right, Anna Helene, any parting words?
Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for listening to my music. And thank you, Carla and Keith, for creating this space for us. And thank you, my fellow creatives who performed, Bree and Tatiana. I loved it. Thank you.
All right, Bree Marie, any closing words?
Like everyone else already said, thank you, Carla and Keith. You guys do a lot of behind the scenes work that no one sees. So I appreciate you both for creating a space like this. Thank you to the audience and everybody that tapped in, both on the Zoom, on all the various lives. And really, I guess the final thing that I would say is just in a world where everyone's trying to be the same, be different, be you, and, recognize that that's your superpower.
Great parting words. All right, Mr. Shine Right.
I don't have much to say, but enjoy the event. Definitely, love creating spaces where people feel safe to be free and to present their talent and their gifts to share with people that otherwise would not hear them. So thank you for letting me, participate in my own way.
We appreciate you, Keith. Thank you so much. And you guys on IG, tap in with Shine Right Productions. Keith is a producer. He also scores movies. He's scored 8 movies to date, with more on the way. Also tap in with Dope Producers United. Dope Producers United is a coalition of active and inactive military veterans who all produce. They're all around the world. They come together every weekend on Sundays and do a dope show that also streams on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. So you guys definitely make sure to tap in with Dope Producers United. Actually, one thing we're working up on with them, we're going to start doing song for song battles with Dope Producers United. So check that out. And I guess lastly, I'm going to check out, or ask you guys to check out me. My name is Carla. On IG, you can check out In the Thick. You can also check out my brand Domino Mates. It's the card game that complements your domino game. And we'll dive more into Domino Mates in some future on the 22nd. But again, on the 22nd is about creating a safe space for women creatives, whether you sing, rap, do spoken word, play an instrument, or any other type of creative. Tap in with us and check out what we're going to do next month on the 22nd. So we'll see you guys next month on the 22nd of April. My name is Carla Lee, aka In the Thick, and we are signing out now.